Welcome to the Special Needs Kids Are People Too podcast with Amy Bodkin, EDS. Amy is an autistic adult who also happens to be a school psychologist turned special needs consultant and public speaker. She's also a homeschooling mom to 2 autistic kiddos, a yoga instructor, a card-carrying Trekkie, and an all-around fun person. And last but not least, Amy is an advocate for seeing every child as a person, not a diagnosis. Because a special needs kid is just like any other child, just more so. Here's Amy Bodkin.
Hi, I'm Amy Bodkin, coming to you from the blanket fort in my office, and welcome to Special Needs Kids Are People Too. Today is a special episode. We are starting our new series, Profiles in Personhood, and I have a very special guest with me here today. And it is my daughter, Jessica.
Hello, I'm Jessica, as she said, and I'm about to be I'll soon be 14. I'm autistic and dyslexic, and as my mom said, I'm the daughter of her who is amazing. She's amazing.
Thank you, Jessica. So, Jessica, why don't you tell us a little bit about some of your interests?
I really like The Wizard of Oz and fantasy stories. Most fantasy stories I like. It depends on the fantasy. I like most of them, but the main stuff I've been interested in lately is the games Bendy and the Ink Machine and Five Nights at Freddy's, which now have books to them, which I like reading a lot, so it's something I enjoy reading the stories because they're very well thought out.
So you enjoy reading even though you are dyslexic?
Yes. Or listening to the books.
Takes less effort to listen to the books.
Or sometimes I just don't want to buy the books myself.
Okay. And sometimes also, if you are reading a book, I personally find it is easier to remember what the book was about for longer.
Yep.
You find that to be true too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what is it you like about the Wizard of Oz fandom?
Well, it's a very, very small fandom, but the main place that I'm on usually is Amino, because the other places that they exist is kind of crazy, but the people on Amino are very nice. It's a small community, but we're all very nice and accepting of each other.
Well, what's great about the lore in Wizard of Oz? What is it that you like about Wizard of Oz?
It's more of a story, but I like the characters. It's a simple story, and it's not dark and stuff. Lately, books seem to be getting more darker, and I don't really enjoy that. I mean, I'm saying this even though I do like the Five Nights at Freddy's stories and the Bendy and the Ink Machine stories, but I keep saying wow.
Well, you like horror. You've said you like horror lores, but you also like the Wizard of Oz because it's not scary.
I like it being, the stories are well thought out, especially the Five Nights at Freddy's books and Bendy and the Ink Machine books. I like it when there's thought put into a story, when there is it's very well thought out and stuff like that. It's good.
So is it the fact that the stories are complicated that you really enjoy?
I think it's that the stories are complicated and are able to make you feel an emotion, because when I was reading the Bendy and the Ink Machine books, they made me feel a weird emotion I'd never felt before. It was interesting, and I keep reading one of the books over and over again because I liked the story and the emotion was interesting.
How would you describe the emotion? Do you know?
I don't know. It's weird. I guess kind of sad. I mean, the first time I read the book of the Bendy and the Ink Machine book, Dreams Come to Life, I teared up, which it's weird, but I for some reason didn't mind it. I was like, okay, I'm crying. This is good.
Because you don't tend to be a crier.
Yeah, I'm not that emotional.
Mm-hmm. Not that you don't have the emotions, you just don't tend to...
My eyes don't work.
Your eyes don't work.
my eye ducts don't work. They're just like, you want to cry? No, you're not allowed to cry.
That's just not your response when you're sad.
I mean, I wouldn't mind it if I cried, but my eyes decide no.
Mm-hmm. They just don't respond in the same way. Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Instead, I find that when I'm upset, my armpits cry.
Yeah,
When I'm upset, that's what happens. I start sweating instead of crying.
Nothing happens to me that includes water or something.
Well, I don't know.
I'm
You
just
might
like-
not be sure because, I mean, I didn't figure that out until I was in my 30s, so.
I don't think I sweat that much when I'm sad.
Well, you're also only 13, so that might make
Yep.
a difference. So anyways, back to lore and media and all that kind of stuff that you're fascinated by. How about your thoughts on autism in media?
Yes, when we were planning the episode, I mentioned that because I've mentioned it multiple times, and it's interesting. Usually, the character goes into two stereotypes: either, wow, they're super smart, oh my goodness, they're really smart and just aren't good at socializing. Which, yes, that can happen, but it's mainly, I'm pretty sure it's mainly because they're focusing on one thing, and it's one thing only. And people aren't magically, wow, they're so smart and stuff. People are smart, but also, okay, I forgot.
People are just more nuanced than that, right?
Yeah, we're not just, wow, it's smart. Not many people are like that. I mean, I'm saying this even though as a child, I was like, child genius, even though I couldn't understand anything.
You didn't understand language, but you were extremely good with puzzles.
Yes, and trying to hurt myself as a child.
Well,
Because I was an idiot.
No, you just didn't have a sense
was an
of
idiot at
danger. No, you didn't have a sense of danger. A sense of danger comes from having language, right?
Yeah.
So if you didn't have language, you wouldn't have a sense of danger. If you didn't have a sense of danger, then you'd hurt yourself.
You can thank for my mom for me still being here.
That's
If not,
true.
I would probably be dead.
Well, and if you think about it, most people who are the most inclined to end up in a dangerous situation unintentionally are often usually toddlers. And it's because toddlers don't have fully developed language yet. Mm-hmm. I mean, how we express what's dangerous and how we know it's dangerous is really through communication.
Yeah.
So,
Back onto the topic.
right.
The other stereotype is that they rock as a stimming thing, which is a common one. I personally rock myself. It's very different, but I do. The other stuff is they get overstimulated by lights and sounds, which is a common one, but not everyone is like that.
Some of us seek out stimulation.
Yeah. The other thing is that they don't take in things as fast as other people, which is something common, but not many people. But there are people that aren't like that. Some people, which in shows, it'll usually be like, "Hey, hi there, I'd like to get to know you," or the main character saying hi or something, and then the character doesn't respond. Which, yes, some people are like that, but not all. I'm pretty sure that if someone tried to talk to me, never mind, I know if someone tried to talk to me, I would say hi in response quickly. Yeah. So it's very common that they go into the two stereotypes of that. And usually when the character is focusing on something, they're focusing on something they enjoy, like, I think it's a special interest.
Yes, that's
Which-
what we typically call them.
It's common that someone will probably be distracted by that, but it's also very stereotypical for that to be a thing of it going into. They rock. They get overstimulated by lights and sounds. They ignore people.
So, now, with autistics being portrayed in the media, You say you definitely see a stereotype that's presented often.
Yes. I mean, some people okay. Some people find characters in media that they find actually seem to have autistic traits, such as I've done this with a game that I enjoy called Genshin Impact. There's a character in it that is called Fischl that I see could be autistic. I was at one point doing a quiz on something to see which character I was, because that's something I enjoy doing, and I showed my mom my result, and I saw that there wasn't really anything in common with me and Fischl, the character Fischl. My mom looks at it and says, "Oh, is the character something along the lines of the character sounding autistic?" And I'm like, they do. So I went into more research about the character and realized that there are a lot of things that the character has that do seem autistic.
Interesting. You also like a lot of... We mentioned some of the fandoms you like, and you also just mentioned Genshin Impact. Genshin Impact. And that's a video game.
Yes, I enjoy that one a lot. It's fun.
And you've also spent a lot of time in the past playing Minecraft, and you really like some anime manga type stuff.
Yep.
Cells at Work has been one of your favorites
It's
recently.
one that I've introduced to my brother, and he's been enjoying. The main ones I like is Demon Slayer, My Hero Academia. I've been watching Sailor Moon lately. The first ever anime I'd ever watched was Glitter Force, and then another version of it, Glitter Force Doki Doki.
So, do you see autistics portrayed in the media that you consume often?
Nope. The main ones that I've heard of characters being autistic is in Daniel Tiger. I watched that episode because I was interested at the moment of autistic characters in media. And then there's a YouTuber I was watching who was a doctor, and they were reacting to an episode of a show that is a show about doctor stuff at a hospital or something, which, wow, no surprise there, the doctor will be reacting to a show about that. The character was autistic and wasn't good at communicating, but was extremely skilled in being a doctor, which, I mean, that could be something someone's special interest in. I don't know.
Just it's not yours, right?
Yeah, it's not. Mine is mainly well thought out stories. I like stories a lot. I even do my own writing sometimes. I enjoy it a lot. Probably is why I enjoy role-playing online, which is basically pretend, but online.
Right. You love the story relational aspect of these things.
Yes, I also enjoy seeing how characters interact. It's probably the main reason I like Star Trek a lot. Because you get to see how the characters' relationship builds and stuff, and how they are friends and stuff.
It's kind of interesting because in some ways it's similar to my special interests.
Yeah.
Because mine have always been surrounding mythology, which is a type of fandom. And it is story, and it is relationships with people, and it is exploring deeper ideas about who we are as people, which I think in a lot of ways is similar to the ones you like. You just prefer a different style, I think.
Yeah. I also realized right now that my special interest also leads into Star Trek with how they're able to put so much story into one single episode. The episodes are usually episodic, but they're able to pack in so much stuff, such as the episode Measure of Man. That has always been a viewer favorite, which is what my mom's told me. And it's a good episode. It's really good.
Yes. If you only see one Star Trek Next Generation episode, or one Star Trek episode in general, I think you should see Measure of a Man.
Yes, you're going to immediately love the series, I'm sure. But watch Next Generation. It's the best season in my series, in my opinion.
The only one you finished, though, so...
But it's also the best series of it, I think.
I'm with you on that one. It's my favorite.
I have good taste.
Well, I think so. Okay, so now... As far as autistics in media goes, though, we have seen one show that had autistics in the media.
Oh, yeah.
Love on the Spectrum?
Yes.
And you had some pretty strongly held opinions about that show, too.
I can't remember them. I know that one thing was they all didn't... I don't know. Actually, no, I don't
The
know what.
part where they introduced someone new that they were
Yes.
going on a date with.
It's like, they love the smell of chicken roasting or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
And they hate nails on a chalkboard. I'm like, wow, what a way to introduce someone, huh?
if you're going to introduce them with something that's autistic, I'm doing air quotes here with one hand, but,
Only because there's not enough room under this blanket fort for two hands, right?
no, because no one can see me. But if they're going to introduce something instead of that, I think they should introduce them with their special interests, because that is something you can learn about someone from that, I'm pretty sure.
Tells you more about them.
Like, from a person such as myself that likes stories and stuff, I think they'd understand that I like the idea of, like, stories and stuff. I don't know what actually would tell people about me.
Okay, let's see.
do you
Let's see if we can think up what they would say about you if you were in love on the spectrum and you were just being introduced as a blind date. And if it was going to be good.
Likes hugs.
Jessica enjoys hugs, Wizard of Oz fan fiction.
It's not fan fiction. No.
Not the fan fiction. Okay.
I've never read
okay.
fan fiction except
How
for
about
Wizard.
That's right, because you say it's not authoritative or whatever.
It's not
right?
the real. It's not the canon. It is not real.
Okay, so let's
never
try
even
this
read
one.
it.
How about Jessica loves to draw, enjoys big hugs, and also enjoys the Wizard of Oz fandom.
Yeah.
That would be better. Or enjoys a variety of fandoms, including Wizard of Oz, Bendy and the Ink Machine, and Five Nights at Freddy's.
I feel like they probably more describe it as being horror games, because I've been more
Except for
interested.
Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, but that's not exactly very common of people to be like, wow, there's Wizard of Oz books I never knew. Who knew? It's amazing.
Although, they are usually surprised to hear that there are, 14 books?
Yes, and I have listened to all of them.
Multiple times.
Mainly one, the 7th book, which is the best book. And it's good to know that there are actually people out there that have also read the books that are actually around my age, because I'm pretty sure there's someone around my age. I mean, yeah.
There are a lot of people.
Yeah.
I think.
You just gotta find the right people, because...
That's right, the right people. You have to find your people, because you're not everyone's cup of tea, and you shouldn't try to be everybody's cup of tea, because nobody can be black tea, chamomile tea, green tea, whatever. You have to pick one and be good at it.
I know what tea I am.
What tea are you?
Raspberry tea.
Raspberry
I like that
zinger tea.
I like that
That's
tea
your
a
favorite.
lot. It's my favorite. It's good.
Yeah.
It's sweet. I'm sweet.
There you go.
I'm very sweet, just like that tea. I don't know if
I don't
everyone
know.
would agree
Maybe
with
we
that.
need a
I'm
salty snack to go with it. Because you can get a bit salty.
We said at one point that I was like bread that we were having, because it was salty on the outside and
soft on the inside.
accurate.
Accurate. True story. And now, a word from our sponsors. Do you ever feel isolated, like you don't really know what you're doing as far as homeschooling your child who's got a different kind of situation than everybody else's kid? Well, a Charlotte Mason Plenary has created a special needs membership group with me, Amy Bodkin. This group provides an online community where you can connect with other moms as well as me, talking about things that are important in your life. We also have a weekly meeting on Zoom where we can build relationships and also dive deeper into topics that are of importance to you, whether that's behavior, academics, or just life in general. This group is for anybody who feels that they have some kind of a special situation in their home, whether that is due to a learning difference, developmental difference, someone having a chronic health condition, trauma, anything that puts your family outside the average. You can find more information at cmplenary.com/product/special-needs-membership. With the show Love on the Spectrum that we were talking about. So that was one of the things that we didn't like.
I didn't like that. Also, I really liked it when they showed one of the people's special interests of making stuff out of this one thing. I can't remember what they were called, but I really liked that. Like, I wasn't interested in the person. I was like, oh, that, okay then. But I like just seeing how they looked and stuff, which is very rude of me. Very rude. I can't believe that's what I thought. But once I learned about, like, that they about them, I got very interested. I was like, that seems like a cool person I'd like to get to know. So you can't. Well,
I don't know. I don't know if that's rude because, I mean, being able to look beneath the surface of people and appreciate people for who they actually are underneath their outer exterior can sometimes be a real skill.
Which brings us back to the thing of, you're not going to like someone because you know that they like the smell of wood or something.
Smell of paint drying.
The smell of paint drying. Or the smell of gasoline. Or Sharpies or something. Or they don't like this.
Or the feel of fleece.
Yeah. I'm not going to care about that. I'm going to care what they like. If they are interested, if they want to, they could say simply what shows they're interested in. Like Star Trek.
Now,
Star Trek's the best show.
The other thing about that show was that they were always dating somebody else who was autistic. Or at least had another disability, at least.
Which is not true, because you can see those from my mother. She married someone that's not autistic.
That's true. And a lot of people do. Some people don't. It's also very common to see a lot of autistics marry somebody who has an attachment disorder.
What?
Usually that's like when they're young and they have a hard time like emotionally bonding with a caregiver. You see that sometimes. Usually it's due to some kind of trauma.
That's not good.
Well, I don't know.
Trauma's not good.
Right, but I kind of feel like a lot of times autistic people feel trauma because they take in sensory information different than...
Yeah, you can see those from me.
Yeah, like, I don't know that I know a single autistic who doesn't have some kind of trauma due to the way they take in information.
What about my brother?
He's too young to be sure.
When I was younger, like, I don't know how old I got trauma.
4. You took in way more information than you were supposed to. Like, you saw stuff around you and you immediately connected the dots and you were like, oh my goodness, is this what you're saying? Because if so, this is very scary stuff.
Yes.
And usually children's brains protect them from things that they're not ready to process. But
and
your
then
brain...
my brain is like... Who cares? I am mentally have this. I'm able to connect things like an adult or more.
Yeah, when you're not ready for it, and that can be an issue. Or just the sensory overload experience all the time, that can cause trauma too. It's kind of like, I like to describe it, and I think I've described it to you this way. Like you're getting ready to walk off a bridge, and there's a bridge, off a ledge, and there's a bridge underneath to catch you, but you can't see it.
I've never heard you describe it like that.
Oh. Okay. Probably because we haven't watched Indiana Jones yet. Because that's in the movie. We need to add that to our list for movie night.
We need to finish watching the Back to the Future series. That's good.
Yes. Gotta watch
the first movie is amazing.
We need to watch that one too. But it took us a while to get to people movies because we stayed on cartoons for a long time.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with cartoons. They're
exactly.
Good.
There's nothing wrong with cartoons. And there's nothing wrong with staying on cartoons for a while. We just have a lot to catch up on people ones.
Yeah.
And plenty of time to do it in.
On the topic of autistic people in media, if I was to make an autistic character in media, I guess I get a bit inspired by, like, the people I know that are autistic. Not make them exactly like the stereotype. There are a lot more kind of stems than, just rocking back and forth. I rock, but it's very differently. Like, I rub my legs together or something. I don't know. It's weird. But what I've heard is,
You've been picking the blanket fort during this episode. And I have been rubbing my toes. You can't see them because they're outside the blanket fort.
When I've kind of just gotten through the pandemic is skipping around the house.
Oh my goodness, yes you have.
My family is done with this and is waiting for me to be done with all of this. It's never going away, I'm pretty sure.
The only reason we're waiting for you to be done with it is because of the noise inputs that it's giving us, because it's putting me on sensory overload every time I hear kerthump, 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 over and over and over and over and over again. But hey, you're processing, so yay for that. And it could be far worse. Yes. There have been far worse things that have come out of the pandemic than you skipping around the house.
I'm pretty sure I learned about stimming through a YouTube video about someone talking about about autistic characters in media. I don't know if the person was autistic or not. I'm pretty sure they were, but they meant, from what I remember, they mentioned flapping people flap their hands.
Yep.
I'm trying to remember other stuff other than rocking. Like when I saw that rocking was there, I was like, wait.
Yeah.
People do that too? Wow. I'm still weird. I do it a very different way. But there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just extremely unique, clearly.
Well, everybody has their own unique thing that they do.
I'm extremely unique, though.
I love... Alright, when we were living in our apartment before we moved to the state, I peeled the paint off one of the doors because it was so satisfying.
That sounds like something I would do.
I know. Yeah. And in your room you have actually quite a few fidget toys.
Yes, because they're fun.
Yes, everybody should have fidget toys.
Yes.
Everyone needs them.
Yes, I agree with this. Back onto the thing. If I was going to make an autistic character for a show, or a book, or anything.
A YouTube video.
Maybe. I try and think of a special interest, because that's something that a lot of autistic people have. A special interest. Some shows have showed this, but they don't exactly focus on it too much, like, show the character doing it. Also, I feel like whenever the character's introduced, it's like, hi guys, this is, let's give this character a name,
Joe.
Yes, I was actually thinking the exact same name. I was like, Joe, no.
Great minds think alike.
True that.
This is Joe.
And they're like, this is Joe. They're autistic. And everyone's like, wow. And they're like, be nice to Joe. Which, first of all, you don't need to tell people to be nice to people. That should just be a thing that people know without being told to.
You shouldn't have to tell people that.
Yeah, I believe everyone knows being nice is good.
People just don't choose to be nice sometimes.
Because that's weird. I don't understand why those people are rude.
I don't understand that either.
I don't understand the thing that they get in response for being rude. Do they like logical. Seeing people angry or something, or unhappy? Because if so, that's weird.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to anyone that considers themselves rude.
See, I can't even be mean to rude people.
Yeah. I'm just so nice.
So if you were to create an autistic character and they'd say, hi, Joe.
They'd introduce the character and be like, this is Joe, everyone, and then everyone gets to know them. Some people don't exactly like revealing, hey, I'm autistic. Some people just say it outright, though. Like me. I'm pretty sure I say it if, I don't know, I've mentioned it at some point. Most of my friends, I'm pretty sure, know. I mentioned this to one of my friends, and they're like, wait, you're autistic? So, not all of us autistics are easy to spot. Some of us are just able to deal with what's going on and, aren't, the stereotypical ones in the shows.
Well, maybe, sometimes we have better self-care.
Yeah.
Because self-care is, a really big piece. If you stress somebody out...
Self-care is important, people. It's very important.
If you don't take good self-care, then you're going to end up stemming a lot more. Not that stemming's bad, it's just stemming, and sometimes stems are happy stems. There's happy stems and there's unhappy stems. Yeah.
Unhappy stemming for me is rocking, because it doesn't happen too much, but it's usually when I get overwhelmed, or with certain stuff. I don't know. It's happened to me when I'm drawing, when I'm making stuff with clay. I like drawing, but yet don't usually rock.
But skipping and hugs tends to be more happy stems.
Yes, they are happy stems. I skip a lot in a day, which is usually just, I guess, me getting overwhelmed, with happiness or something. I don't know. Sometimes I don't do it when I'm happy. Sometimes I just do it because I enjoy it.
I used to have to give people hugs because I had too much happiness inside me and I needed to release it.
There you go. Take the hug.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah.
So I feel
and not everybody wants to reveal that. And then sometimes people are surprised. But I think more times than not, it's not the person themselves. It's the other people around them who are only accustomed to the stereotype. Yep. And just because somebody doesn't fit the stereotype doesn't mean that they're not experiencing autism in a significant way. they're just don't fit the stereotype.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think a lot of times you don't fit the stereotype because
I don't think I do.
You're a girl.
I'm very different. Actually, a lot of characters in media that are autistic are guys.
Yeah.
Like in the Daniel Tiger episode and the Doctor show, I'm pretty sure there was a game character that was autistic.
Well, and most people who are diagnosed are largely guys, more than girls.
I'd like to see a character that is autistic that's a girl. That would be great.
Autistic that's a girl, and what would be her special interest, or what would be her favorite stems?
Her stem, I don't know what it would be, but I'd say if it is rocking, it would be kind of different. I mean, I'd say if they want to have it like them being autistic as a surprise plot twist, the character's autistic. Wow, who knew? It doesn't add anything to the plot, but dang, it's interesting.
So would you want an autistic character in a plot, and what would make it relevant?
If they wanted to make the plot a part of the plot, I'd say put it as something in their backstory. There's definitely time periods where people haven't exactly been accepting of people that are autistic, such as somewhere in the 1900s,
like World War II. That definitely was definitely not a good time for autistics.
Or like any time in that area, because like I'm pretty sure they were sent to like
the concentration camps.
Yeah.
And then the insane asylums in the 1970s. That was about the time they started closing them down, but they didn't finish till close to 2000 something.
And then sometimes in nowadays, people are still bullied for being autistic or something like that.
That's true.
People are bullied for whatever reason. It doesn't matter. People are gonna bully you. It's weird.
I
don't think I've ever gotten bullied really. Okay, actually once I did, I think, but not that much.
You're also homeschooled, so we get to be more selective of who we choose to hang out with.
Yeah.
So we tend to choose people that we like and that like us.
Yeah.
Because why would you purposefully choose to be around people you don't like and who don't like you?
I don't know. So what was it? I'm trying to remember.
So do you want to talk a little bit more?
Oh yeah, about the backstory thing.
Yeah.
If we did want to put that as like a backstory, we'd probably have it so the character was like bullied, or how it's kind of imprinted and like what's happened, stuff that's like made a connection with them and stuff that's happened. That's interesting. There are different periods of time where it was like around the time it was discovered and stuff, which not safe really for them.
All right, so what if it was a character that was created who, the story's going along, this is an active part of your plot, and then maybe somebody, is bullied, and this kid says, hey, look, I understand how you feel because I was bullied at one point in time, and I was bullied because I was autistic. Yeah. And so it brings autism into the story as a side point, but not as a main point.
Yeah. Or a character could just be talking and someone's like, why are you doing that? It's kind of weird. And they're like, oh, it's just stimming. And they're like, what is stimming? And they're like, it's just something I do to release, what's it called again?
Tension?
What's it called? I can't remember the word.
Stimulation?
Yeah, I think that is.
Okay.
And they're like, why? People, and they're like, I'm autistic. Or some characters may just be like, so guys, I'm autistic. And they're like, okay, we did not expect that. Plot twist, the character's autistic. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Maybe if you were using what it's called, the third wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the fourth wall. Actually.
Fourth wall.
There are some characters that do seem like they're autistic, such as Data.
Yes, and he said, because we got to meet Brent Spiner at a con once, and he said that he's had many, many people tell him that a lot of autistic children have identified with his character, Data.
It may be why he's one of my favorite characters in the show.
Mm-hmm. Because he's having to learn to understand people from kind of the outside in, because he doesn't grow up, and he doesn't grow up having that instinctive knowledge.
And then people will treat him like he'll treat, wow, I popped my knee, wow. They'll treat him either like he's an adult because he is, but he doesn't exactly have same thing as adults, or they'll treat him differently, such as in the episode A Measure of a Man, where they call him it, which is extremely rude.
Yeah.
He is a man.
And he also has this sense of childlike wonder.
Yes.
And I think sometimes a lot of us have more of a childlike sense in some ways. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's a good thing to be able to connect with that inner child, to remember how to play, to be able to see the wonder in the small things.
Being able to keep some of your childishness is good. It's usually something bad, but it can also be something good. Mm-hmm. Being able to realize when it's time for that to happen and stuff.
And you
also get to understand children a lot better.
True, and you could be an adult who grows up and plays D&D with middle schoolers.
Such as my mom. If you didn't realize, that was my mom. That is my mom.
Yeah.
Until I got extremely embarrassed. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that.
That's okay. That's okay. Teenagers have to get their own space so that they can become their own individual selves. And especially if your mom can be too loud or too boisterous, sometimes it's better to have some space away. Yeah, they can't see you nodding vigorously.
There's actually characters that I've made, like a character I've made that I actually have wondered, should I make the character autistic or not? Because it's a character I do enjoy, and that'd be a cool thing.
So, speaking of characters you have created, you are online in some places, and you do put out some content that you create. Do you want to share where those places are that people can find some of your work?
I mean, it's not that impressive. I mean, I do have a YouTube channel and Amino, but I don't think there are people out there that are going to be, like, wanting to seek out my channel. I mean, maybe some people will because they're interested, but I don't think people are going to seek me out on Amino or something.
Well, if somebody out there has a kid who's very interested in Wizard of Oz or Bendy and the Ink Machine or whatever, and they want to see the kind of stuff that you put out, do you want to share your YouTube channel?
Sure, I'm Joypaws.
Joypaws.
Yes, no spaces. Before I had the spaces in my name, but now I don't. I also have the same username on Amino. I'm in the Wizard of Oz community, Bendy and the Ink Machine, the FNAF, Five Nights at Freddy's community. Wings of Fire, I'm not as active as I am on there as I used to be. And the Pink Bunny Girl Amino, which is a YouTuber's Amino that they've made.
And what kind of content do you create on YouTube? Do you want to tell them a little bit about that?
I've done a couple of animations, some Gotcha Club stuff, because, to be honest, I am too lazy to animate. I do like drawing a lot, but I'm too lazy to animate. I have been working on a big project that is going to be a animated or animatic version of the book Dreams Come to Life, because I seriously love that book. I've read it 5 times. I'm on my 5th time this right now, and this isn't normal. I've read the book, the Wizard of Oz book, the 7th Wizard of Oz book once, and I like that book a lot, mainly because I've listened to it over and over again. But
if you count how many times you've listened to them, I mean, I think you listened to Pinocchio 100 times.
Probably, even though it's kind of dark.
You have a thing for
dark stuff?
What did you call those books? You said, Mom, what weird book are we reading this year? Because apparently I'd picked out one weird book every year. Like, the first year, I think, was James and the Giant Peach.
It was good book. It's good.
Yeah, the next one was Pinocchio.
Mm-hmm. Alice in Wonderland, I think.
And the Phantom Tollbooth. You loved that. Oh, the Wizard of Oz.
You can clearly tell I love that.
Yeah, so anything that has a little bit of a, I don't know, it's not really dark so much as just weird.
Yeah, I like
weird.
It
to be a little bit crazy. A little bit atypical, what you don't expect.
Yeah. Like how in a series that could have an autistic character, you won't expect that the character is autistic.
There you go. You love plot twists.
Yeah, plot twist, the character's autistic.
Plot twist, Alice in Wonderland drank this and she shrunk.
Wow. It's not that much of a plot twist, though. Like, you could expect that. Like,
really? Because I didn't expect that the first time.
I don't know. Like, you're expecting something's gonna happen because they drink something. Because, like, Also, I'm pretty sure I've heard the scene over and over again.
Well, probably so. You'd seen the cartoon years before we read the book.
Yeah, the cartoon was pretty good. It was I think it was accurate to it because it was...
You did not like the Real People one.
Yeah,
where
I
the
was
person
terrified.
turns into a pig.
I was like... and I just stopped watching it until finally I was able to watch it, which it was decent. I heard someone online describe it, making, if they were going to make another Alice in Wonderland movie, it should be more based around, like, kind of an artist style thing. It doesn't need it could have a plot, but, like, it should be very loose and, like, just be all about the art on the screen, so it should be animated or CGI stuff or 3D.
Mm-hmm.
Something that it points out all the mythical stuff about it, like, all the whimsical stuff.
You like whimsical, that's
Yes.
true.
It would also work well for a Wizard of Oz movie if they made one, or a Wizard of Oz series, because you don't know. I could go on forever about how garbage some of the series I've watched, such as Return to Oz, which apparently I watched.
You didn't like that one either.
Apparently I hurt someone's feelings because they liked the movie.
Well, to each their own.
Yeah, I didn't like the movie. It was creepy, and I'm like, the Wizard of Oz isn't creepy. It's just... To be honest, there are some weird parts.
Weird, just not creepy.
Yeah,
There's a difference.
someone described one character as being creepy because, like, I don't know, they had bumps all over them and are like, oh, it's weird. I'm like, people, what? I don't get it. Why that's creepy? I'm pretty sure there's probably someone out there that has, like, a bunch of bumps on themselves. I had bumps on my arms for a bit. They weren't that big, but, like, they were very small. But, like, these bumps were, like, extremely, like, big and stuff. I don't know.
Turning into a pig, though, is not something people do every day.
Yeah!
Yeah. I see that. So,
Keep the pureness of the story. And don't make it dumbed down or something. Sorry, I'm cracking my knuckles right now. Sorry, stop it. Okay, don't dumb it down. Keep the whole story, because, like, there's a lot of parts in books that are very good. I'd say the best version of the Wizard of Oz movie was probably the one that everyone knows, where they made Dorothy's slippers ruby, which they're not. They are silver. They should have been silver. Then there's also a cartoon show, which... Oh, sorry, I was cracking my knuckles again. One made by Boomerang, which I really don't like, because I'm like, this looks stupid, the designs are dumb.
mm-hmm.
The only character I actually approve the design of is the character, the Patrick Girl of Oz design, well, the Patrick Scraps' design. The other characters, they look absolutely garbage. One character, my favorite character, Ojo, yes, it's a weird name, I don't care, it's an amazing character. They make him chubby, which doesn't make sense for him much, because the character lived in the woods by himself with his uncle. What food do you think he's gonna have that is going to make him fat, chubby or something?
I don't know, maybe they baked a lot.
They had a bread tree, but also, like...
Okay, they had a bread tree, there you go.
That's all they had, other than probably fruits and stuff. I don't think they went hunting. That is weird. Especially...
Well, I don't know, maybe they took the bread and, like, crumbled it up and turned it into cakes or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
Wow.
I mean, my headcanon of how he looks is probably a little bit skinny, because, I mean, he lived in the forest. Eating bread, sometimes they'd have, like, jam and stuff, because, like, they made it, or butter.
Okay, so basically things have to make sense and be true to the book, unless they are whimsical.
Yeah.
In which case, then it's okay to not make sense.
If it's Alice in Wonderland, keep it whimsical.
Mm-hmm.
If
it's Wizard of Oz, keep it whimsical.
Well, but
just
also
don't change the canon.
Like, keep it whimsical, but also make it so it makes sense. Like, there's a little bit of logic to stuff. I personally have a headcanon that one character, the character Ojo again, is terrified of plant-eating plants. Plant-eating plants, I mean bug-eating plants, because something happens in the book.
Well, that's probably why you're okay with the first Wizard of Oz movie and not the later ones.
It doesn't change too much.
Right. Having ruby slippers instead of silver doesn't really change that much.
Yeah.
Whereas with the Return to Oz, they took, 2 to 3 books and smashed them together?
2 books together. They also didn't exactly mention the plot.
And they mixed things all up.
I'd love there to be a movie of the second book. My online friends told me that there was a musical version of it. I was like, wow, that's cool.
Okay, so I got a question for you. Do you have any advice for autistic teenagers, autistic kids, or parents of autistic kids and teenagers? Anything you want to impart? Words of wisdom, things that you find particularly appreciating or encouraging or whatever.
People may not like you out there, but there are people that are going to like you. I have good friends, and they are very good friends. They're best friends. So the people that don't like you, they just don't like you.
Let it
maybe
go.
You're not their cup of. Maybe you aren't their cup of tea, but you know what? They aren't your cup of tea either.
That's right.
So
go find your people.
Enjoy the people that you like and like hanging out with and stuff. The people out there that are jerks and stuff, their opinion doesn't matter if they're being jerks. There are times when there are times when, like, listening to criticism is good, but, like, only if you're asking for constructive criticism, and it is constructive criticism. Someone be like, I hate you. That is not constructive criticism. That's just, nah. Also, some people like being asked about constructive criticism, so some people like that. Some people, I don't know. But, what I'm saying is, enjoy the people that like you and that you like.
And if you don't have those people, go look for them, huh?
Yeah, online.
Because they're out there.
Online is a good place. If you're on Amino, I will talk to you. I'm a friendly person, believe me.
You just gotta know how to keep yourself safe online.
Yeah, just keep yourself safe online. It's important. Don't say too many things. I've only lately showed my voice online on Amino. I've done it on my channel, but that's because it's very common on channels to share your voice. But
we've talked for a long time, many years, about not giving away any identifying information, and also about not sharing your, like, what you look like or images of you.
Like, there's one thing on me that is very identifying.
Yeah, definitely don't show anything that's identifying. But even, like, face and stuff like that, we just talk about not sharing anything that's identifying. You can still...
If I do show my face, it's gonna be for a cosplay, because I love cosplaying a lot. It's fun.
Then you can't see your face anyways, because it's in a costume.
Like a wig
depending
or
on
makeup.
which one it is. Yeah. Or when you were Peridot from Steven Universe.
I put on a mask for that, because I don't think we could use body paint for my face or something, or I just find it comfortable.
Yeah, one of the two. Yeah, so, and one of the reasons that you do get online is because you want to be able to talk about your interests.
Find people that enjoy what you enjoy. The sad thing is, I like a very obscure thing sometimes. Like, I even like the Bendy and the Machine. I like Bendy and the Machine and FNAF. But FNAF is the Five Nights at Freddy's acronym for it. So.
Right.
But I'm more interested in the books, which is a problem, because not many people are interested in the books, and I'm just like, I'm in a popular community, but I can't talk to people about the thing that I like that's in the popular community.
Well,
I
think the thing is that for a lot of us autistic people, we have very specific interests.
Yes.
And sometimes it can be difficult to find other people to really enjoy those interests with, and a lot of times the best way to find those people is in special forums online that are dedicated to those particular interests.
Yeah, you're not going to be walking down the street talking to someone and then someone be being like, hey, I like this book. I have a friend that I met at a camp that liked almost everything I liked, and I was like, do you like the Wizard of Oz books? And they're like, I've not read those. I'm like, okay, you're not exactly like me. Something like that.
Well, and you really, honestly, you shouldn't expect to find anyone exactly like you, but...
Or people that like the Wizard of Oz, because that's really obscure.
But it's really cool to be able to get online and find all these communities that allow you to talk with other people about your special interest. So one thing I was really interested in back when you were little bitty was I loved
blogs.
Blogs? All right, I did do blogs, but I also really liked making everything from scratch, like candles, soap, all that kind of cheese, whatever. And so there is actually a forum online called Homesteading Today, And it has a lot of information about things like making candles and making soap and making cheese and
That's
stuff like
fun.
that.
That sounds
Yeah,
fun.
but I mean, there is a forum online for just about anything. So that's the really cool thing about being an autistic person right now, is that you're able to have access to people who have your interests, even if they aren't near you.
Sadly, the one thing that I seem to not have found a community for, but it's also one book. I'm pretty sure if I looked up the Chronicles of Britain on Amino, that I would find it. But I don't know if that's true, because like that's not exactly the most common book. It's a good book, but it's not. But I'm pretty sure it's most known by the one movie Disney made, which was garbage. It's called The Black Cauldron. It wasn't good at all. It wasn't like the books. It needs to be a book that they need to make a movie of. I would say The Cat Who Wished to Be a Man. It's a good movie. If people
It's a good book.
I mean, book, yeah. If they need music in it, there's like the characters would sing. I can imagine the main character singing, because he wouldn't care that people are watching him. I mean, he's being a weirdo and no one cares. Actually, people are caring and he's like, I don't care. He's like, it's funny.
Yeah.
I mean, the character originally was a cat and then turned human. What do you expect? He's gonna be stupid.
Well, also, it's not so much that he's stupid, but he's learning all of these social things that nobody else knows.
It leads back to autism.
It does!
Oh my gosh!
Because he has to learn about, the guard tells him, oh yeah, go ahead and give that girl a kiss. She'll love it if you do that.
He does!
And she slaps him, right?
She tries to smack him with a broom. You know what happens at the end of the book? They end up being friends. Even more than friends. She's like, marry me. He's like, actually no, she says, I will allow you to court me. And he's like, I don't want to go back to court. And she's like, you'll like this, okay? You'll like to go to this court. He's like, okay. Which they both like each other, which, yeah, it's adorable. Just, one character's like, understands things and it's just...
Right, and she still likes him even though she understands more of the social ins and outs and he's still learning it, but they still have room for a connection. I know, it all comes back, doesn't it?
Dude. I didn't realize that.
Now we know why it's your favorite book. The Cat Who Wished to Be a Man by Lloyd Alexander. That's right.
It's written by Lloyd Alexander. It's a good book. So are the Chronicles of Britain.
Yeah. So, well, Jessica, it has been a pleasure. Thank you so much for being on my podcast with me. And guys, if you want to find any of Jessica's stuff that she puts out into the world, you can Google Joy Pause, all one word. Thanks for being with us. I'll see you next time.
Bye.
We hope you had fun listening to today's episode and gained some new insights into the wonderful variety of people in our world. You can find out more about Amy's advocacy work at amybodkin.com. And remember, special needs kids are people too.